Like maybe
Can't really tell. I'm still looking for something.
Ian just texted, I can't get my audio to come through for some reason. I'm just going to push you guys live.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. So
I love being pushed live.
all right. So we got
I have to call this thing up so I can get the thing up. Give me a second.
All right. So how will we know?
I'll know because I'll call it up on the screen here in a second. I just got to.
No, how will we know when we went live?
Well, I'll tell you because I will.
Oh.
I will call up the chat. Just gotta give me a second.
Oh, the chat will tell us if we're live. I'm sorry.
I just have to because I haven't signed into this in like literally forever.
Yeah.
And it's gonna have me do the thing where you're like, verify it's you.
Oh God, we gotta like select how many buses are in a motorcycle on the
I'm
stairs
gonna totally
or whatever.
have to. It wouldn't be our live stream if it didn't fuck up though.
That's true.
Oh, now I have to figure out the traffic light thing. Okay, let's do that. Bicycle, got you. Doing the bicycle thing. Fire hydrants? Sure, I'll find all the fire hydrants. Motorcycles? You bet.
Sure.
I'm here for you. How many of these am I going to have to fill out? It's every square. Come on, bicycles now? Now, this thing's just trolling me at this point. If it does another one. Taxis?
Are you
This is
serious?
the fourth one. I'm on bicycles again. Stairs. I'm not kidding.
I got caught in one of these endless verification loops.
This
once.
feels like an endless one. Bicycles again. This is unreal. I'm just going to log into the site here in a second. There we go. We're live.
Ian, I think I hear you. Hey,
Hi, Ian.
Are we live? So they're just listening to us fumble fuck around?
So Ian, did I ask you earlier to maybe set this up? Did I send you a message? Did I send you a message to be like, hey,
This is classic us.
you-
I missed us. Yeah. We got some eyes on here. 156 dropped in already.
hi,
Look
folks.
at that.
How we doing?
Hey, everybody.
How's
It's been a
everybody doing?
minute.
It's going to be a few minutes.
It's been a minute.
I want to say to everybody.
So wait, they can't hear Ian? Oh my God, guys.
we're having a
here we go.
conversation with Ian and
Reunited, and it feels so well
good.
familiar, at least. Cecil.
How's everybody doing tonight?
How is
It's been
everybody?
a while. It's been a while. So, since we last saw each other, I was employed.
Well, Cecil, you are now employed by the glory hole.
I am. I have to say,
What dreams we have as young men, you know?
genuinely thrilled to be employed by the glory hole. So, the echo.
Okay,
we have
they
an
can hear
echo.
me. No, they
Oh,
can hear
God.
me now. I was just switching it, but it's all good.
I love it. I love
It's
what a
back to
fucking
normal.
train wreck.
No, it's good. Everything's fine.
Echo's fixed. All right.
Sure.
Sounds good. I want to put this pizza up on
That
the
was,
screen.
I gotta say, that was 7 to 9 solid minutes of classic entertainment.
That is. I'm glad that's going to be
That's
the first
great.
thing people see after we've been off for a long time. It's good stuff.
I'll edit it out. It's fine.
I got to call this up because so tonight we got a pizza
We did indeed.
and I want to put it up on screen for people. So this is it? This is it. There it is.
Hi,
Pizza
everybody.
for everybody.
Does anything about this pizza picture
What?
just bother you, Cecil? I wonder if you're bothered by the same
most
thing
of
I'm
it.
bothered by.
No.
There's one piece that doesn't have any green pepper on it. Just one.
They didn't put the right amount of green pepper
Do you
on
see
it.
that?
I
There's
do.
one
I
piece
do, yeah.
right toward the middle
What?
with no fucking green pepper on it.
So Daniel Daniel wanted to buy us a pizza, the Aurelio's Super 6 pizza. So this is from Aurelio's. We ordered it tonight, ate it before we came on.
Very nice pie.
We have gotten messages before we shouldn't eat a lot on stream, and people get upset when we do it. So I wanted to take a picture of it to let people know that we did actually eat the pizza earlier. So thank you, Daniel. For suggesting it and for being a patron. We appreciate it.
That doesn't show you ate the pizza. It just shows you got the pizza.
The square cut is the supreme cut. That is the tavern cut. It's the supreme cut.
Yeah, square cut is what he's calling it. Square cut.
Yeah, no, tavern cut is the proper.
It's the only good cut of pizza.
Yeah.
Cutting a pizza into the weird triangles is that's bad form. Unless it is stuffed pizza. Stuffed pizza, I want that cut
you'll allow
in
it.
triangles.
Yeah. I know people are going to say it's not, but you don't know what you're talking about, so it's okay. I mean, it's cool. I remember this one time when Ian tried to beg me to not get food poisoning from a New York style place when we were in New York. Ian was like, please, whatever you do, do not order whatever has been sitting out since 9 a.m. this morning.
Thank you.
He really did a great job, so thank you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. 3 hours of audio, Tom read.
I did. You know what's amazing is I read that today, and Cecil edited it today.
Yeah, so today, Tom read the indictment. It has been edited and posted for anyone who is a patron of our show. You can go, that's a $2 patron. You can download that 3 hours of Tom reading the latest indictment.
It's a short audio book.
And if you finish it by Monday, you will hear us talking about it ad nauseum, because that's literally what we did on this show. This
whole
week,
show.
So,
yeah. Whole show for the upcoming Monday release. We'll be chatting about the indictment. Next week, we'll chat about the next indictment.
Will there be another one?
I don't know. Are there any more coming? Is there going to be one that actually addresses the January 6th insurrection itself? Do you think?
I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah.
I don't know if there will be.
I don't know if there will be.
Do you guys know, is there a fifth one? I knew this one was coming.
Yeah. Is there a fifth indictment coming up?
Is there another one?
Yeah. Let us know.
I don't know.
We also want to try something before everybody gets here. Tom, if you hand me that over there real quick. So what I have here...
I'm a little nervous about this. I'm not gonna lie.
Soft-baked Pillsbury cookies. I'll put this on the big screen. Which one's me? Is this me? This is me. Soft-baked Pillsbury cookies. It says try them warm, but I tried to sit on them for half the episode and it didn't warm up. These are Cinnamon Toast Crunch Pillsbury cookies, and these are... Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms soft-baked cookies. So Tom and I are each going to try one of these.
Do you have preliminary thoughts here?
No, I think they're going to be terrible. Which one do you want to try first? Now, here's the thing. I have a feeling
I'm leaning toward the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I think this one's... I would like to wash it down with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Because I'm a little worried about the Lucky Charms one.
So, here we go. Soft-baked, coated in corn syrup. Yes, you are right, Mr. T-Bone SF.
My dad, Cecil... When we would go on road trips.
What did we do? Is something wrong, Ian? I heard you say,
Yeah, why are you making me disappointed?
Well, first off, there are a couple of super chats that I wanted to read.
Go ahead.
Also, Insane Atheist said that there may be a fifth indictment in Arizona.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
good.
All right. What are the super chats?
Well, one of them was, here's $10 from somebody that wants to give you $10 for the unhomed. I don't know. I think that's a little... he's unjobbed.
Unjobbed is more like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Insane Atheist again for Tom having to read Rudy's name 1,000 times, Rudy's full name 1,000 times. And then I think you guys read this one, which was Tom, thank you for 3 hours of audio. I imagine Tom, fuck me. Here we go. Yeah. Another stuff.
Don't smell it.
Does it smell bad?
Don't smell it.
My dad, when we would go on road trips, would buy the Chips Ahoy soft batch ones.
I'm not going to like this. I am not going to like this.
It smells like it's going to be very sweet.
It smells like a fucking candle, dude.
Let's do it, dude.
Oh. Oh, no. No, there are a lot of things happening here, and none of them are good. Not a bit of them are good. Come on now.
I don't like that at all. No. I was just flexing for the camera. It's really bad. Here's the thing. How can it be soft batch and be this dry? It's really dry.
Ooh. Okay.
It's so dry.
First off, it's dry, but then how cloying it is?
Yeah, but
there's no balance to this whatsoever. This is a horrid cookie.
If you took sugar and a bag of sand and dipped it in canola oil, That's what you would have.
And here's the worst part. You know how fucking Trix tastes like drywall or whatever? Like, that's what it tastes like. Like it's not like you improved it with the fucking like Lucky Charms didn't taste any better.
No.
Like those little tiny marshmallows that taste like anger when you eat them. It tastes like it still. It's not like it's better.
Those
it
little
tastes
tiny
literally
marshmallows.
Like somebody crushed it up. It's terrible.
Those little tiny marshmallows are not the problem. It's the like those hard little like fucking gerbil food pellets that's the rest of the cereal for Lucky Charms. What even are those?
I don't know.
What are those? I don't even know if they're like a wheat product.
Okay, this one doesn't smell bad.
Thing is, cinnamon will improve.
Cinnamon is going to improve
Most
a lot of
things.
stuff. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon hides a lot of sins.
Mine has a cinnamon skid mark on it here, guys. If you see it. I don't know if you can see the cinnamon
This actually
skid
smells
mark.
pretty good.
Here we go.
It smells good.
3, 2, 1. Not terrible. It tastes like a cinnamon cookie. No, it's fine. I won't eat any more of it, but it's fine. Very much tastes like cinnamon toast. Because there's a lard flavor in there that you get from the cookie. That sort of butter, you know, when you put sugar and cinnamon on toast, that butter, it definitely has that flavor.
I just want to say for the actual record, though, actual cinnamon toast is fucking wonderful.
Oh, it's genius.
I've forgotten about cinnamon toast. I hadn't had it since I was like a kid living with my dad.
So good.
And Haley one day just made cinnamon toast, and I was like, it's one of those things where you're like, wait a minute, I'm an adult and I can eat cinnamon toast
That's
just
so
whenever
good.
I want.
It's so good.
Delicious.
Here's what I started doing.
Delicious.
I found a container. So they sell Nutella that's not chocolate. It's basically hazelnut spread, but it just doesn't have the chocolate in it. Right?
Weird. Okay.
So I found it. I put a thin layer of that on a piece of bread because it's so sweet. It's impossible to just have like a thick slathering of it.
Sure.
And then I cover that with peanut butter.
Oh my.
And it is good.
Oh my.
It is
Cecil, hello.
good. It is good. Like it's
That sounds
kind of outstanding.
out-fucking-standing.
But it's a tiny, thin little layer of hazelnut, sweet
Right.
hazelnut spread with that peanut butter on top.
What kind of peanut butter do you like?
I use the Jif. I do Jif Natural.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like the
Ian, what kind of peanut butter?
Ian, are you a peanut butter guy? What kind of peanut butter do you like?
That one with the nut on the front and it has like the honey. It like is it Jeremy's or
Goobers?
something? It's like no. Not Goobers.
Did you ever eat that when you were a kid?
Dude, I went to my friend's house
Never.
and they had it, and I thought it was the world's greatest invention.
That's so stupid.
It's so bad.
That's first off, it's half and half, and it can't be half and half because it's wrong.
Thank you.
That's the wrong amount. It's always got to be 3 times as much peanut butter as
jelly. Or you just end
Or
up
then
with
why are you doing
snot.
it? Move to fucking
Justin's.
Britain or whatever where they don't do that and they get weirded out by it.
Yeah, it's called Justin's. That's what it was. Thank you, Chad.
Justice. Okay.
It's pretty good.
I
Or
like
I make
Skippy.
my own.
I just like
pretty
Skippy.
Well, you make your own.
You make your own peanut butter?
I've made my own Nutella. It's really good, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like powdered sugar and hazelnuts and
You just
And
grind up some
chocolate and
hazelnuts
pow-
with
and
sugar?
powdered milk. Yeah, it's fire. You should do that.
I was going to say, why would you make your own peanut butter? That seems like a lot of work and a lot of cleanup.
I mean, you get a blender. You just blend that shit.
Yeah, you
Will
can
it
get a
blend?
peanut
is it
butter
is it
in a
a is it
jar.
a will it blend
All right,
blender?
that's true.
Is it one of those like that turns like computer
It
boards
is.
into
Well,
dust?
It's not the. Yeah,
Is that what
it's
you
not
have?
The Blendtec. Yeah, it's not the Blendtec. It's the other one, the Vitamix one.
That
But yeah,
Vitamix is
it-
like a $600 blender.
Yeah,
we
it'll
got to cut
you
Ian's salary. Hang on a minute. He's
No,
buying
no, I
himself
got it. I got
some
it
fucking
used. I got it
boutique
used.
blender.
Like
$600
12 years
blender,
ago.
homeboy.
Yeah. Okay.
It still works. It's like 12 years old.
I want to get one because
It's good.
supposedly it's one of those blenders that you can blend like raspberries and there'll be no seeds. Like
It'll just grind up the seeds into
it
nothing?
grinds those seeds into nothing.
Which one? The Blendtec or the
Vitamix.
Vitamix?
The Vitamix.
Yeah.
The $500, $600 blender.
You can make like soup, hot soup with it. It blends
Well,
so
you can
fast.
do that with a lot of different blenders, but this blender is a very specific. It does emulsifications really well. Like it's specifically made for a kitchen. It doesn't have any frills on it. It literally has a dial, like it's a
Right.
dial on it. It's made to last
Yeah.
forever. They're supposed to be really great, but
Yeah, I've had it forever. It's good.
could I do an episode of Season Liberally with baked zucchini, eggplant, crispy rounds? Yeah, I could probably do that. Yeah,
Eggplant's
eventually.
good.
I'm sure I'm gonna. Actually, I have a new direction for the channel. So I took a break and then got fired. And so then I was like, well, now I've really got to figure this thing out. And so I do have a plan, and my plan is to start doing partially doing some test kitchen myth stuff to try to work on some myth stuff, but then very much leaning toward every recipe I make has some tie to improvisational cooking. So my goal would be for people to watch and get tools for their toolbox to improve their ability to walk into their cabinet and pull things out and make things in an improvisational
see, I like that
way.
idea. Yeah.
And so to give people tools to do that sort of thing. Because you can't, just like a jazz, like if you're doing jazz, like you can't just pick up an instrument and just be an improv jazz.
Right.
You got to know how
You got to learn all the building blocks ahead of time. Yeah.
And then you can do it. And my goal would be to teach people all the pieces that you would need to know and why it's important to improvisational cooking so that then they can just be like, cool, I'm going to go to and now I'm going to grab these chickpeas and I know the chickpeas will go well with this coconut milk.
Right.
And I know, and so like, I'm going to teach people flavor combinations, spice combinations, aromatic combinations,
Base methods
and then
stuff.
tons of method stuff. So I'll always be reinforcing method and method and method so that people can just look and say, hey, I'm going to do this.
You know, Haley is excellent at doing that. She's very, very good because she has a lot of that knowledge, that base knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm very good. I think, well, I'm okay with a recipe, but I am bad at the improvisational stuff. I'm like, okay, I know how to do I know how to braise something. But I only know how to braise the things I've braised before. I'm very rigid in my thinking.
A lot of people really
Very
do
rigid.
just have a recipe toolbox.
Yeah.
And genuinely, what you need is to be able to be a person who succeeds at that regularly.
Right.
You have to be able to step away from the recipes, and in order to do that, you need to have a good base. You
do.
can't.
Yeah.
You can't just walk away and be like, well, I'm just going to try to throw something together.
No, yeah,
'Cause
no, yeah.
You know, we know people
work.
in the past that have been like, I'm just going to throw this together,
I'm
and
just
then
gonna
they serve you a
substitute shit.
thing,
Right.
and it's the worst thing you've ever eaten.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
yeah. So that's going to be my new push. I'm going to try to do that. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's going to be a cool idea and people will like it. And
I think it's a great
I'm going
idea.
to do it for a while and we'll see where it goes. I got new cameras and again, I ordered them before I was fired. So I was like, cool, I'll get these new cameras and the cameras look great. So I've done some shots with them and they look really good. So
Cecil, can I make one suggestion for your
What's that?
cooking? Improv in front of the whole world, but if you could do some of your filming on Thursdays, I'm just saying, on Thursdays, it's just a good day
I'll
for there
make
to be some food.
I'll make some kind of food. One thing I want to do.
Just a good day.
One thing I want to do is I've been reading a lot about brining and dry brining, and really, the chicken. Remember that chicken when you were over? We threw a party when I lost my job. You came over and we had that
chicken was outstanding. Yeah,
that chicken was dry brined the day before, so I salted it with kosher salt and let it sit in my fridge uncovered overnight.
Okay.
And then when it cooked out on the grill, you saw how crispy it got.
Crazy
and it was
even. Yeah.
super
wildly evenly cooked too.
But then it also just had a really great flavor and it was juicy still.
Yeah.
And it never touched water. I didn't brine it. I dry brined it. And so I'm going to do a whole video on the difference between the two and when you should use one or the other. And so, yeah, I got a lot of stuff I'm planning.
I don't want to go. We got to do a different show. I got to ask this question real quick. Do you have to buy a different chicken than the regular chicken you buy at the grocery store? In other words, you have to buy one that hasn't been injected?
Yeah, you can. Normally
aren't
I would
most of
say
them
that with a
injected now?
turkey. I would say that with a turkey. Most chickens haven't been fucked with. Now, if you got to look because they do sell roasters with those thermometers in there. If it's got a thermometer in it, read the ingredients.
To see if it's been injected.
Just see if if they've been injected, don't fuck with it.
Okay.
Because they've already salted that bird.
Yeah, it'll be just
And
drowning
you
in
might
salt.
turn it into a salt lick. But if you just go to your butchers and you pick up a chicken, there's a butcher down the street from me and I order a chicken and I walk in and I'll be like, I'll have one of those roasters. I know they haven't done anything to it.
Yeah.
So that's where I cook them from. I don't ever do it.
You don't get grocery store chicken.
I don't get grocery store chicken. I go to the butcher to buy it. But if you do get one and
Yeah.
it's a roaster in the bag.
As long as it doesn't have the little pop out, you got to read the ingredients.
Yeah, you got to read the ingredients.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, let's do a story, Tom. What do you say?
Let's do an Ian. Do we have any more super chats?
Yeah, we do have actually a bunch. I don't know if you guys saw them. You read obviously the one from Mike who just gave us money, so thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you,
Mike.
Mike. That's very kind of
That's
you.
cool. This is from James. I asked chat for ideas, but now I think it would be a good idea for season liberally episode, the Indictment Burger. It's up to you what's on it. You talked about the zucchini.
It wasn't a
eggplant
nothing
one.
burger, that's for sure.
For Tom's next new tattoo. $2 from Insane Atheist.
Nice.
$2.
It's going to be a
And
small
then-
tattoo.
It's gonna be a very small tattoo. Am I getting it on my dick?
Getting a head of your dick. How many tattoos could dance on the head of your dick?
It's a small needle.
Terrence said, glad you're back. Timothy said, sorry, I can't stick around. Got to be up at 4 a.m. Glory hole.
Oh my
brutal.
God, that's not a time.
You know what you could do is lose your job.
Cecil's like, I get up when I want to.
No, I still take business hours. I still try to get up
Yeah,
with Sarah.
yeah.
But I used to have to drive into the city. So I'd get up at 4:45.
I know, that was
And
crazy.
drive into the city. And I'm like, oh,
Don't do that
it's so
anymore.
much better now.
Ugh.
I don't do that anymore. Go ahead, Ian. Sorry.
I said, I missed your faces. So that was it.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. We're going to do a story. Tom is going to read a story because Tom
All right.
hasn't read enough today.
I got to do some more reading out loud.
Tom hasn't read enough today. Woo! So, Tom, this
Yes.
one is from AP. Trump assails judge in 2020 election case after she warned him not to make inflammatory remarks. Now, this is the D.C. indictment. So, go ahead.
Donald Trump is assailing the federal judge overseeing the election conspiracy case against him days after she warned him not to make inflammatory comments about the case. The former president made posts Monday on a social media network called what maybe she meant like nowhere public. If it's on his social media network, it's
She was like, yeah, nobody's going to read it. Nobody's going to read it.
calling U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan highly partisan and very biased and unfair because of her past comments in a separate case overseeing the sentencing of one of the defendants charged in the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol.
Was he rioting at the Capitol, though?
Well, yes. Here's what immediately I thought was like, oftentimes a judge during the sentencing will comment upon the case or they'll be like, this is one of the most egregious, forms of battery I've ever seen in my court, that kind of thing, right? They often opine in some way. So is it now biased and unfair and highly partisan to condemn an insurrection?
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my God, I can't believe these people were upset that we almost overthrew the government because a shaman tried to walk away with a podium.
When you were beating somebody with an American flag half to death on the Capitol steps, I think if I condemn that, that's highly partisan. Only Democrats condemn the beating of people with fucking American flags and fucking bald eagle feathers or whatever. Chutkan, in a hearing Friday, imposed a protective order in the case, limiting what evidence can be handed over by prosecutors the former president and his legal team can publicly disclose. She warned Trump's lawyers that his defense should be mounted in the courtroom and not on the internet. Trump posted about the case online anyway, firing off about the judge. A spokesperson for special counsel Jack Smith declined to comment Monday, instead snickering
because he
to
was
himself.
just tenting his fingers. That's why. Because he was just like,
Yes. It's like if you were gonna get into a fucking cage fight with somebody and right before the fight, somebody ran over their own feet with the lawnmower. And you'd be like, do you have any comment on the upcoming fight? I'd be like, no, man, I'm good.
no, I'm stumped.
Prosecutors sought the protective order after calling attention to another earlier post on Trump's social media platform. And I like how they don't name what it is. They won't name what it is.
That one.
That fucking
I don't know. None of us
thing
have the
he
app,
said.
so I can't tell you what it is.
Doesn't even matter. In which he said he would be coming after those who go after him. The prosecutor said improper. This is a sentence. The prosecutor said improper of sharing evidence could have a harmful chilling effect on witnesses. Well, I hope they said it better than that. Chutkan said that if anyone
Next time, write it down before you say it aloud.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a quote. What the fuck, AP?
So good.
Chutkan said that if anyone makes inflammatory statements about the case, you'd be inclined to move more quickly to trial to prevent any intimidation of witnesses or contamination of the jury pool. Please speed up the thing you want slowed down, stupid ass. I love so much that Trump's inability to control the fucking diarrhea trots of his fucking mouth.
He can't help it.
He can't.
He can't stop himself.
He can't.
He's just like the dog that is looking at your plate when you turn your head. He just can't help himself. He cannot help himself. He's just a psycho. And the thing is I'm going to call this other story up too, because this also leads to Trump's just psychoness. Trump's lawyers ask him to cancel press conference on Georgia election before he makes matters worse. and these two are combined in the sense that Trump has no filter.
Yeah.
He can't stop himself. And this is why I really think he's going to go to jail because of this
I do
Georgia
too.
thing. Because, man, he has no filter, and he's had no filter for a long time, and he's not smart enough. People tell him to shut the fuck up, and he doesn't.
Yeah, well, and also, what's great about this is new territory, right? He's never been here before. He's always been in a place where he could manage the court of public opinion. But that's not what he's got to manage right now. Now he's got to manage the court.
Yep.
And the court's got different rules with teeth. Before, nothing had any teeth. Everything that we were doing on like a series of sort of like polite assumptions that we would all behave like human beings.
Yep.
And he never had to behave like a human being because there's no teeth behind, well, I promise I won't chew your fucking eyeballs out if you don't chew mine out. And before you know it, he's fucking chomping on your peepers. And you're like, wait a minute, I thought we had a gentleman's agreement.
He's always had no filter. But when they started collecting, and now they have hours of him saying this, tape of him saying it. They have phone calls with him lying. They have tweets with him lying. Tweets with him like boldly lying about what happened. We were talking a couple weeks ago about how it should be illegal to lie, and if it's a RICO case, it is.
It is.
And so, also if it's because it wasn't called a RICO case in the January 6th one in DC that he got hit with.
Right.
But it is a conspiracy case.
100%. Yeah.
And so those are going to be times that he's going to get hit, and it's not going to be delightful. I think that I really do feel like they're starting to pull that rug, and they're going to run out of it eventually, right? He's going to have to fall down eventually.
And at least 2 out of 4 of the judges have already said, cut your shit out.
Yeah.
That Eileen Cannon woman was a total gimme for him, right? That's a total gimme.
Yeah. That's the documents.
That's a bummer, though, because I think that's an open and shut case. So I don't know how much she'll be able to throw that case for him.
Yeah.
But she'll let him fucking run his goddamn full mouth. You know that she'll let him run his full mouth. But the other judges are like, hey, dumb fuck, maybe don't run your full mouth and fucking make a mockery of my court. And he's going to run his full mouth.
Yeah, he's not going to stop.
Dude, did you see... I just read this like right before I left to come here. Like, did you see his comment about the Georgia case? I didn't even want to like say it out loud, but he refers to the people running the case as riggers.
What?
I'm not even kidding. Google this. It just happened. Yeah. It's not a dog whistle. It's a dog bullhorn. Because of course, like the prosecutor's black. And he's not dropping the N-word. He's saying rig, but like, you know what he's saying, man.
I got Crane Atlanta Rigging Company, Georgia, Tom. That doesn't work.
Yahoo News right there.
I still want to talk about the Crane Atlanta Rigging Company, if you don't mind. It feels less dangerous than talking about this. Are we going to get banned for saying this?
I feel uncomfortable.
Is this like when you try to say the thing that a Ritz is and you get banned from certain areas because of it? Go ahead.
Former White House Communications Director Alyssa Farah Griffin said she believes Donald Trump intentionally used the word riggers as a racial dog whistle following his Georgia indictment, hours after Fulton County District Attorney, how do you pronounce her first name?
Is it Fannie Willis?
I don't know if it's Fannie. Is it Fannie, Ian?
Yeah, Fannie.
Is it Fannie? Fannie Willis released the racketeering indictment charging Trump and 18 allies in a conspiracy to change Georgia's 2020 election results. Trump raged against the case on his stupid goddamn platform. The former president claimed to have evidence that would lead to a complete exoneration of him and his allies, adding, they never went after those that rigged the election. They only went after those that fought to find the riggers. For real. For real. I'm uncomfortable with how adjacent that is, even reading a story about how adjacent that is.
Can you read it again, but just without the hard R?
I'm not reading it again ever.
Yeah, no, that's a yikes. That's a super yikes.
Okay, people are saying it's fawny.
Oh, fawny. Okay,
Fawny.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Fawny.
Funny. Okay.
Oof.
Yeah. That is just like fucking crazy.
Oh my God, somebody's comment. This is the only time autocorrect ever helped anyone. Hard R. How was I supposed to say that word?
Rigga.
That feels worse. That feels worse to me.
Significantly worse. Edit that out.
I don't. I feel like that's worse.
It's way worse.
That's not my word.
I didn't.
This-
I'm not even part of the crane union.
no.
Yeah,
What do you
shut
want?
off. You're just shutting off Cecil's camera.
My
He
best
didn't-
friend's
he's
a
not even
crane.
here. No. Okay, both cameras are off. That's pretty good.
I have tons of friends that are cranes.
No.
It's crazy.
No
I once
chatters,
dated a crane
no.
operator.
Yeah. Hey,
No
chat.
chatters, no.
Tell us if you think it's okay. Which would
No.
you say, hard
No,
R
get that off the
or
screen.
just with an A? Which one would
Block
you
it.
go with?
No.
Oh boy.
Hey, can you put
Block
a
it.
poll up, Ian?
Disabled.
Ian actually turned our cameras off for a minute.
Feels like Cecil's fired again.
Yes. This is, I wonder why. he's fired.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
rigor is a word. You're absolutely
Okay,
right.
yes.
God.
Okay.
It's
It was
with
a
an
good
OR
30
at the
minutes
end,
back
though.
on YouTube.
Gosh.
Oh my God. Jeez. That was awkward.
I'm glad we do these only once a
Hey,
month.
live stream.
Yeah, all of this would be on the cutting room floor normally.
Oh my
so,
God. Yeah, it would.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Cheers,
Oh,
everybody.
that was fun.
That'd be so funny if the one stream we come back, they're like, "Nah, man, that's it. Nah,
That's
you're
it. Yeah,
done."
we just get fucking
They're like,
wiped.
"Nah, we banned you. It's over."
But he is going to say, because we're 7 minutes in,
Yeah.
Cecil.
Yeah.
To this, this process is going to last a year.
I know.
Between all four of these,
I know.
we're talking about at least 1 year long circus of never ending court shenanigans. If only there was some secular, left leaning legal podcast hosted by someone that was not a sex pest we could all listen
Jesus
to. I'm just saying if
Christ.
that existed,
Jesus
we could listen
Christ.
to it and get a good
Guys,
analysis.
thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was so much fun. Really great time.
Maybe
Yeah.
Cecil Williams. Okay.
Ian's uncomfortable now. I just said his microphone is good enough to hear his
Oh, man.
sadness and disappointment.
Brutal.
Do you think if he gets convicted, he'll kill
Who?
himself?
Oh,
Trump?
sorry.
Oh yeah, I know. That's an easy who based on the context.
Do
you think
no,
no?
no?
I do.
Because he'll get such a amazing amount of publicity. They'll still go visit him in prison to like find out what he has to say. He'll have press conferences from prison. Are you kidding
Oh
me?
my God, he would.
Yeah, man. That's not. What is this? I missed
Ian,
what
you've
this
got to
is.
read this.
Ian,
You
you gotta read
have to
Stone
read
Banana.
all of our
Fuck's
super
sake.
chats. You are required by contractual law.
I was a pipe fitter for many years and had a guy on my crew get removed from a job site because a vacuum truck operator misheard him asking if another guy was a certified R word.
Our word is no.
No,
It's
I
probably
think you're
worse.
making it worse. I really feel like you're making it worse now, Ian.
Yeah. Well, I
this
live
is
and die
great.
by it.
This is great. This has been, I love how, yeah, he'll be like Warren Jeffs. Haley and I were just talking about this. He'll be like Warren Jeffs preaching his followers over the phone from prison. Warren Jeffs did not lose influence. I don't know that, the thing is that like, I don't know how much influence Trump loses if he goes to prison. I think he'd still make money, but I think he's an old man.
Yeah.
And he could just die in prison.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have no idea, but part of me thinks that he would absolutely. Yeah, I think he would absolutely just try to continue his influence.
Yeah.
Also, you're getting tons of messages, Ian, that saying that it's the R word makes it worse. So I just want you to know that many
Ian, you
people,
made it
Other R
worse.
word?
many
What?
You made it
people
worse.
noticed it.
There's
Many
several
people
R
noticed it,
words.
and they
Okay.
said to you, "Don't say that." How
Well,
dare
they didn't
you
say it in the super chat, so I don't read those.
All right.
I don't acknowledge them.
Hey, Ian, how is your wife doing? You mentioned last time we did a live stream.
Oh, the last one. She's very pregnant.
Is she due soon?
She's in November,
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
November 7th. So still a couple months.
Congratulations
That's
again.
great.
I know we didn't get a
Thank
chance to really
you.
say it out loud because we got canceled right afterwards.
Well,
I am
Yeah.
amazed by the optimism that you have that the world will still be around. Just putting people that you love and care for right
I
out there
know.
into the climate wars. Someone's got to fight them.
Into the fire. Literally.
We need to keep paying Ian though, so they can train him to be gorillas, so they can protect us
Guerrilla
during the
warfare.
climate wars.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Somebody in the chat, I missed who it was. I'm sorry. Somebody in the chat said he won't get any jail time. He'll just get an ankle bracelet. And I thought, well, his suits are oversized enough already. It'll be fine. He still wears that fucking 80s
Who
power
has
suit.
Mid-Journey? Somebody do a Mid-Journey of Trump
Midjourney.
in a ankle bracelet.
Is Mid-Journey the AI,
The AI
picture thing?
Somebody do it, and then link it. I'm sure somebody's got attached to some AI somewhere.
Oh, man.
I have it. But
Someone's
November
asking, is
implies
Ian
it was a
listening to Dear Old
Valentine's Day,
Dads?
baby. Let's not try to trace things back here,
Don't.
Grassy Nolman.
Nobody
Come on
wants
now.
to think about Ian having
Come
sex,
on now.
especially Ian.
especially Ian's wife.
Somebody's asking, is Ian listening to
He was
Dear Old
there
Dads?
for it, I
He doesn't
think.
even listen to Cog Dis.
Yeah, Ian doesn't listen to our
Are you
show.
kidding me?
Why would he listen to one with Tom
Why is he
on
going
it,
to do
though?
that? No, he doesn't listen to the show.
Did Cecil ever get Season Liberally separated from Cogdis? No, but I did allow myself to become a manager with my personal account, and that allows me to be, even if Cogdis gets closed off, I will still have access to upload to
Season Liberally.
But the thing about it is, if I do pass off cognitive dissonance, I have to pass it off to myself. And I don't know if that changes things, and I don't want to like break the channel. I probably should have done it while we were just not doing anything. I probably should have just tried, but I didn't want to break the channel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Ian barely listens to the stream. He's on like fucking Pornhub right now. Like, he's fucking busy.
No.
He's uploading a video of himself from February, as it turns out.
I'm on OnlyFans.
Someone asked if I could do
a cooking
cooking
channel.
with cannabis. I actually I don't. It's not that I don't think other people should do it. I just don't do it myself. So if I'm not going to eat it, I wouldn't make it. So it's not a thing I consume. So I don't smoke or eat it. I had some bad experiences with it in the last like 10 years. I used to do it all the time when I was a kid. And I used to love it, man. I used to love getting fucking wasted. I used to have a friend who used to drive around with a bong in his car. Like, we used to just fucking do bong hits driving around. I loved it. And I had some really bad experiences with it in the last 10 years. I think my brain chemistry just changed enough where my body doesn't like it anymore.
Yeah.
And so I am at this point, I just don't do it. I'm totally 100% behind
Supportive and
everybody who
everything,
wants
yeah.
to do it. It's just
Right.
not for me.
Yeah, not your jam.
Yeah.
Do you want to see it?
I do
It's not-
see it on the
It's
thing.
terrible. It's terrible, but you know,
Nicely done.
this is what
He's got a
Midjourney came
bulge
up
down
with.
there. He's got a bulge in
Yeah.
his pants.
The only one
They're
I'll ever
literally
have.
braces.
I have a question about these indictments, Cecil. Just occurred to me now. Are you surprised not to see any of his stupid fucking kids being indicted?
Yeah.
Ivanka or Eric or fucking Jared.
Were they just his cheerleaders, or were they really genuinely like in it, Tom? Were they in it, or were they just making noise on social media? Because that's I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how close to the vest they were.
I get the sense maybe that Ivanka distanced herself from the coup attempt, but like, wasn't Jared? Jared was like, he was deep in the administration. Wasn't he the one he was supposed to handle the fucking pandemic? He was.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. He was the head of the pandemic.
Yeah, he was. That's why the pandemic went so badly. They were too busy embezzling. Yeah, probably, Mr. T-Bone. Jesus Christ.
We got a super chat that said, "How do we know Trump isn't wearing an ankle bracelet right now? I'd consider him a flight risk. Well, at least he can't go to hide at Epstein's island."
Put him in the same cell as Epstein. It's empty now.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Just saying, lightning does strike twice. It's a real thing. So
Have you been paying attention to any of that UFO stuff that's been going on?
a little bit, because my kids, my son, both of my son and my stepson, they were both in the kitchen the other day, and they were like trying to tell me that like they proved that UFOs were real.
No, they didn't.
And no one's paying attention.
No,
I
they
said,
didn't.
no, that is not the case.
No.
And they were like, yeah, they were arguing with me like vociferously about it.
Show me the UFO.
And I was
then.
like, with respect, guys, I follow the news a little closer than you guys. And like, I was like, let's read the stories. And I read the stories out loud to them. And I was like, this guy says, like, basically the most compelling testimony that was called in front of Congress was a guy who said that another guy told him that they're totally, I promise, pinky swear, double plus is a secret fucking alien program. I was like, it's hearsay of hearsay. And then he's like, oh, I'd show you, but I got to show you the documents in a skiff in Niagara Falls.
I'd show you, but
finger banging.
I kicked that guy's ass a long time ago. He doesn't talk to me
Yeah,
anymore.
right. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. It's all bullshit. It's all a joke. And like the thing is what I don't get is there's some uproar online about how, oh my God, this bomb dropped. And it's because they're having these conversations. And people are saying, yeah, you can't just go into front of Congress and just lie like that. And I'm like, yeah, you can.
But the thing is, like,
yeah, you can. You can also not show up in front of Congress. We thought that wasn't a thing too.
Right. Right. You can do anything, it turns out.
Yeah.
Like virtually you can almost run a coup.
I am 100% down for there to be aliens. I just think it's the stupidest thing in the world that aliens somehow visited us and we're all just like, yeah, no, there's a couple people who know. That's so dumb. It just doesn't make any sense.
What I was trying to tell the boys, I was like, all right, you gotta understand a little bit about like what interstellar distances mean. So like, you've got most of all of space is set so far apart that most things are many, 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 many light years away. Yeah. So you have to believe then that some entity has mastered what we think is essentially violates the laws of biology and physics, right? And they have mastered interstellar travel. And they do that, and they accomplish this unbelievable feat of biology and engineering, and then they get here and they just like poke us in the ass a few times and fly around in double probation secret.
Talk to some jackass at like some area and like, oh yeah, no, it's that
I was like, and the analogy, I was like, when you see an anthill, are you like, oh man, I better hide so the ants don't see me? It's the same thing, man.
Yeah.
It's the same difference.
Yeah, man. And like, I will tell you straight up, I'm happy. I would be happy to be wrong.
Right.
The chance that it's true is so beyond the pale.
So beyond the pale.
You're like, okay, well, it's show me the evidence. That guy, just a guy saying it, man. I heard a story years ago about how they were at one point had cars that were getting 100 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, oh, we're getting 100 miles to the gallon. Can you look at my car? And then Ford came out and quickly changed the carburetor, and now it was getting like 12 miles to the gallon. But I was getting 50 miles to the gallon.
Sure,
before.
yep. Everyone's
sure
heard
you
that.
were.
Yep.
Sure you were, buddy. That's like a fucking old wives' tale, man. Like this, it's like urban legend has been told 100 times. I don't believe you. I don't believe anybody who told it to you. I just don't believe you. Yeah. That you tell me there's an alien. Show me there's a fucking alien. Sure. Like have him come here and be an alien here.
Give me one evidence unit of any kind.
A single evidence unit.
Like literally anything other than a guy says he knows a guy who totally did that once.
One of the better books I've read recently was a series called The Three Body Problem. And it shows like how fucking terrifying it would be even just to reach out and talk to another alien species. Because like if they have the ability to get here, don't think they're going to be fucking friendly.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like don't think they're going to be your buddy or they're going to be benevolent. Like you were talking about your kids about ants.
Yeah.
That's what you are to them if they can just show up here.
That's what I mean is like the distance would be dehumanizing, right? Like I don't worry about ants when they die, right? Like when I was a little kid, like everybody else when they were little kids, I did the ants and magnifying glass thing. I don't stay up nights worrying about me doing that. You know, like I've had ants in the house and I've called an exterminator. Sure. It doesn't give me pause.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same gulf. It's the same distance. So, yeah. And I tried to explain that to him. They're like, and Donovan actually made a good point. And he did say, he's like, well, but when we try to study animals that we're interested in, sometimes we study them surreptitiously to see their natural movement,
sure,
right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay. I will grant you that, yes, sometimes that is how biologists will study other species, and you will study something better by doing that. But I also think that, like, if you mastered all of the problems of interstellar travel, you don't even have to break atmosphere to do that. If like your goal,
You don't have to show up and handshake some dude in the CIA.
dude, I already right like the Hubble telescope can look really fucking far.
Yeah.
You're telling me that like they've mastered this and they can't have a good like look of fire 3000?
Yep. Yeah.
Like I just don't buy
absolutely.
it, you know.
Somebody's
Did you
talking
see
about
there
that. Go ahead.
There was some evidence. I don't know if you guys saw this, but here you go.
Oh,
Can you see that?
I can't because you put it on the wrong screen.
Okay, well, I can't really. Okay, here it is. You know, astute minded person, Yuri Geller, said, my dear friends.
Are you
I cannot-
serious?
Yeah,
Is this
I
for
cannot
real?
at this. Yes, my dear friends, I cannot at this stage reveal any information about this photo, but please be patient until I am allowed to say more, if at all.
Are
Meanwhile,
those
I'm
just
very
badly
curious.
baked cakes? Is that what we're looking at?
Is it
could
cake?
be,
It's
yeah.
all cake.
It could
That's
be a
one thing the
TikTok
internet has
thing.
taught me is
Everything's
it's all
cake.
cake.
It's remember, I have seen alien bodies in NASA refrigerator room
Sure.
with Dr. Werner von Braun and Captain Edgar Mitchell, who walked on the moon. There was a CIA scientist with us. So we'll just go to the notes real quick.
Can you play? Can you play the X-Files song for us?
There you go.
Do it on your kazoo.
I assume you have a recorder in your pocket at all times.
Well, it's good that you say that because this is an image show props of X-Files, the TV series. It's like literally from.
Well, it's literally from the show X-Files.
There you go.
Yeah.
Are you telling me? Hold on a minute, Ian, because you're blowing my shit right now. Are you telling me that Yuri Geller is a scam artist?
Are you telling me that Yuri Geller was part of X-Files? Somebody was talking about the book series. I will say, one of the most interesting parts of the Three Body Problem series is that it's written culturally from a very different perspective. It's written by a Chinese author.
Yeah.
And so culturally, it is very different to read. It is because I'm so used to Europe, like English and United States
Eurocentric
sci-fi.
writing, yeah.
So it's so like we all kind of know how everybody thinks and that sort of thing, and it's very different. It's a very different way to think about the just the way in which people interact is very different. And
you've recommended it before, and I've got two other friends that have recommended it.
Yeah.
And I've been rereading Wool, and I'm going to do that one after rereading Wool.
It's definitely I don't feel like the writing is super good. Because it's a translation, I really don't feel like the writing is great, but it tells an interesting story, and I'm willing to forgive
down with that, though.
So,
I'm down with that.
Yeah. It's 9:50.
It's 9:50. Are we done?
I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Guys,
do you want another cookie?
No, absolutely not. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Be on the lookout for Season Liberally in the future. It'll probably be debuting later on at the very end of this month. Maybe I'm thinking probably start of September is when I'm going to debut it. So come back and check those out. Check out Tom on Dear Old Dads. Check out our show Cognitive Dissonance and Citation Needed.
Yeah.
And then come back let me look at the calendar and I'll tell you what day it's going to be because everybody's here already. We might as well just tell them when it's going to be. 1, 2, 3.
This was a lot of fun. I missed you guys.
21st of September looks like we're going to be trying to do it. So the 21st of September, come back, hang out with us, and we'll chill. It'll be a good time. So okay. That's going to be it. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to put the thing that says goodbye soon. There we go. Bye, everybody.
Like
Have a great night. Ian, thank you for not completely messing everything up.
I like this. It was fun until you got canceled again.
We did get a copyright notice from a couple weeks ago, so that's fun.
Yeah, that's fine.
We get copyright notices all the time.
We got that one piece made me so mad when they said something about us being conspiracy, and I was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" They didn't even listen.
They don't ever listen. No, it's just fucking bots on bots on
Stupid
bots.
YouTube.
It's fucking bots all the way down. Everything's cake and bots.
Algorithm
Cecil
sucks.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.